Retail sales rose 0.2% in July, missing Wall Street expectations. Here to talk about the numbers is retail consultant Jan Rogers Kniffen. Jan, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
So tell me, the numbers, they miss Wall Street expectations by a little bit. What do you think the numbers mean?
I kind of hate these kissing your sister numbers because they weren't bad enough to be concerning. It wasn't good enough to be concerning. It was kind of just in there. Nothing really happened on the market. We didn't see anything happen with bonds. So it tells you that the number didn't really mean much. If you strip out autos and gas, you get a little bit of a different number. It looks a little stronger when you just look at my part of the retail trade. But all in all, it was one of those numbers that you said, okay, nothing really happened. So I don't have any real concerns about it. Retail's been kind of tough since the first of the year. First quarter was tough. Second quarter was tough. Now we really set up for back to school. I don't think this tells us much about what's going to happen now through the end of the year.
We have a couple of big companies that are reporting earnings later this week: Walmart, Kohl's, Nordstrom, and Macy's tomorrow. Any thoughts on basically what investors should expect when earnings are reported?
Well, I do think you have to kind of keep your head down here when these earnings get reported for the second quarter. They're not going to be very good. I mean, if Macy's turns in a 2 on store-for-store comps, we're all going to be excited. If it's 1.5 or 1, we won't be nearly as excited, but probably won't kill ourselves over it. So we're going to see those kind of releases. We're going to be going, oh, this isn't great, but we didn't think it was going to be good. We knew the second quarter was tough. Nordstrom's had a tough selling of their anniversary sale in July. I've talked to a lot of store associates. It's not like there was any excitement going on with the anniversary sale. So I don't think they're going to have a great release, but I still expect them to be up 4 or 5% store for store. So that should be a pretty good number. And then as we get into Walmart, I think Walmart's going to be 1%. Other people think they're going to be flat, but I think it's going to be fine for Walmart because I think they've done such a good job.
So, of course, the big news for today is Penney and Bill Ackman. We saw with the continuing drama against the two, we saw Bill Ackman has resigned from the board. What do you think this means for Penney now? How do they go forward? And I guess, will we see any more activism at Penney?
Well, it's not like Penney was setting the world on fire when Ackman got there with Ron Johnson. And it is true, however, that Penney's was not going through the valley of the shadow of death like they have just recently gone through, where they had to basically refinance the company. So do I think Bill being off of the board will be a marginal positive? I do, because I think he was a disruptive influence from the beginning to now, and he became more disruptive recently. I think Ron Tysoe is a great addition to the board because Ron is a guy with deep history in retailing, great in department stores, great financial guy. He's the kind of guy you want on the board at Penney's now, and he's not a pushover, so they'll still have to perform. He'll be holding their feet to the fire. I like what they've done here with Ackman going away, Tysoe coming in. Do I think this means Penney's out of the woods? No. I am favorable on Penney's. I don't think they're going broke. The stock price is very low. I personally think they're a buy. I think they'll have positive store-for-store comps in the back half of the year. And so I am one of the people that's positive on Penney right now. I was horribly negative when Ron Johnson made his call. And I was horribly negative from $43 all the way down through $17. I guess I should have been negative longer. But in fact, right now, I think they're starting to do the right things. They're bringing back more basic goods. They're bringing back St. John Bay. They'll get traction with the consumer because they're also doing promotional pricing. We'll see them get better through the back end of the year.
All right. Thanks, Jan, for joining us today. I really appreciate it. And I'm Lori Kulikowski with TheStreet.